Hello family and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you can't focus and how to fix it. Now listen, there are so many reasons why you may be struggling with staying focused, but I'm just going to give you a few, but I'm not just going to give you the problem. I'm going to actually give you some quick tips for how to solve it. Now, the first reason why you may be struggling to focus is because you may be in survival mode. Sometimes during seasons of transitions, you can be out of whack, your emotions are kind of all over the place, and your normal routine isn't working for you anymore. So in those cases of life interruptions, it's important for you to take some time, the time that you need to feel like yourself again. And that may be slowly kind of creeping back into the routine that helped you to originally gain some of that momentum. During those seasons of transition or overwhelm, we tend to subject ourselves to a lot of digital noise. So we're either trying to procrastinate by scrolling on social media or watching YouTube all day or Google and researching to try to fill our minds with something productive to do. But the byproduct of that is we tend to get hit with information overload, whereas we just have too much information that we're not doing anything with. So we become information hoarders. And it's something that we're not intentionally trying to do. Again, it's just a product that happens when we're either trying to avoid something that's stressful or just trying to decompress. And unfortunately, in the digital age, we're just subjected with a lot of content at one time. So something that'll be helpful for you if you find yourself just burnt out from all of the digital noise is to take what I like to call an information fast. Get off of social media for a while, shut down the research, and just focus on what's in front of you, right? Whatever tasks are in front of you, whatever you were originally working on, go back to that place, but do it without the digital noise. It may seem like a struggle at first because you're so used to picking up your phone and opening an app, but what's going to happen is your mind is actually going to decompress, and you're going to find that without all of those distractions that you're going to be able to focus a lot better. You can start by doing this just for one day and see how you feel, and if you really feel led or you feel like you need to break like an addiction to social media or information, try it for up to a week. By the time you finish with this information fast, you'll be feeling decompressed, at peace, and probably maybe not even want to get back on because of just the amount of focus that you'll have at that time. The second reason why you may be struggling to stay focused is because you have an unorganized space. Now, you don't need a perfectly aesthetic space or something with all the latest technology in order to have a productive space, but you do need to know where things are and they need to be accessible for you when you need them. So even if you live in a busy house or maybe you work from home, maybe you don't have the time to clean every single part of your house and make it nice and organized, but start with the places where you work first. Whether you're working at a living room table or your kitchen table, organize that space around it and try to keep that space maintained, because when everything feels chaotic around you, it does affect the way that you're able to focus, especially if you're a mom and you have kids and you have so much going on. Do your best to at least try to keep the space where you're working clean. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it will affect the way that you're able to focus on the tasks in front of you. If you're at work and you're in the office, take the time to reset your space after each time that you work. And if you can't do that, at least schedule once a week in where you're just literally deep cleaning that space. If you schedule something in, you're more likely to stick to that commitment. The same thing if you're working from home. Schedule in time during the week just for a reset day. It doesn't have to be long, but you do want to focus mainly on the space again where you are working. The third reason why you may be struggling to focus is because you don't have any healthy outlets. Yes, there are seasons where deadlines are piling up and we have to be all in, but it's important that we have some space and time for us to take a mental decompress day. You have to have something set in place where your brain can reset itself and take its mind off of all of those deadlines. If you keep working and working and working and working and never taking breaks, you're actually not going to be able to get more done. It's when you take breaks that your brain is able to reset, and you may find that you come back even more creative, or you have inspiration or even more motivation to move forward. I used to be tempted to just work right through a deadline, just trying to meet it, but I found that even by taking a 5-minute break and walking away from my work, I don't care if you're taking a lap around the office or you're stepping outside to get some fresh air or even leaving to go make a quick snack, that 5-minute break is not a waste of time. It's not taking up more time. It's literally giving your brain a moment to reset, and you will come back more focused, especially if you take frequent breaks. Now, the fourth reason why you may be struggling to focus is because of your diet. Now listen, I understand when things pile up and the quickest thing that you can grab is whatever is on DoorDash or to go in your area. But you really want to be mindful, especially during times where you're struggling to focus, of what you're putting in your body. Things like fast food can make you very tired and just make you want to go home and go to sleep. And if you work from home, that is not a good look, and it's going to make it very difficult for you. Or even things like very sugary drinks. Be careful with what you're putting in your coffee and things like that. They may give you a boost of energy physically, but mentally you can be very jittery and anxious. So opt for something that's more healthy, like fruit can give you a quick boost. A banana is a great source of energy. Things like oranges. Think about healthy replacements. And if you're not able to, again, to meal prep or something like that, look for a healthier option to go. Even a quick wrap is better than having like a burger and fries. And the last reason you may be struggling to focus is because you don't have a routine. Maybe you go and mentally every day you know what you're going to do, but then when you sit down, it just goes out the window. Something as simple as writing down what you need to do for each day will make such a significant difference, because you're actually not wasting your time on these preliminary activities that aren't going to move you forward in your day. Instead, you're hitting the ground running, very intentional and focused on what you're going to do for that day. You can start this. You don't need any fancy materials. You can use the reminders app on your phone, or one of my favorite apps for planning out my week or my day is called Smart Tasks. You can use that and literally write down the tasks that you're going to do today. Now, be mindful that when you're writing out your tasks for today, I don't recommend focusing on more than one high priority task a day and one low priority. And that low priority task should be like a bonus task only if you make significant progress on the high priority one. Now, what I mean by high priority is one of your more difficult tasks that takes a little bit longer to get done. I know we like to get these quick wins throughout the day, but if your only quick wins were checking your emails, then that's really not a win for the day, when you could have been focusing more of your attention on something that was a little bit more of a priority and necessary to meet a deadline. So those are some of the reasons why you may be struggling to focus. If you are dealing with any of those, I definitely recommend putting in one of those solutions that I offered. And if you need additional help, definitely be sure to subscribe, because I'm always giving out tips on how you can get out of your head and execute. Let me know in the comments if anything that I said today was one of the reasons why you're actually struggling to focus, and what solution you're going to put in place to fix it. I love you all, and I'll talk to you on the next video.